For centuries, producing good quality hay has been a struggle. Even today in our high-tech world, operators must keep track of a variety of factors as they grow, cut, rake, and bale their hay.
First of all, the hay has to be cut at the right time of maturity in order to maintain quality. And then it needs to be cut at a time when the weather conditions will be favorable for dry down. And there is a raking process also that has to occur in order to complete the dry down process and to prepare the hay for baling. The next process is baling it, and again baling it with the proper amount of moisture so that the leaves are retained and not shattered, not separated from the stems of the forage, or not lost on the ground altogether. Then the hay has to, of course, be hauled off the field in a timely manner, stored in a way that will preserve its quality as well, and then marketed based upon its quality and the market to which it might fit, whether it be an equestrian market or a dairy market or a beef market.
Time is an issue that must be managed wisely in the hay baling industry. Good timing can make or break an operation, and gaining extra growing time is always a priority.
Baling also is a race against time with regards to Mother Nature and weather because of the chance of hay being rained on during the cure down process. It is very common during certain times of the year, if there happens to be a monsoon coming through an area, for hay to be cut and maybe almost ready to bale, or perhaps even ready to bale, when afternoon thunderstorms or microburst winds will come through and actually cause a great deal of damage, which does devalue that hay significantly.
Specific management practices are necessary in order to properly grow, cut, and bale hay while maintaining quality.
Dew is important for our operation. Years ago, my father would be 96 now. Years ago, they used to bale hay without dew, and they'd put up, it just shatters it. You have a stalk, you have leaf stick to it, it just looks a whole lot prettier, and that's what the buyers will buy, is leaf retention and the color, but it would shatter it without dew. You have dew now, it makes it lay in there as pretty as you could ask for.
Timing and atmospheric conditions are two of the most important concepts in baling hay.
Raising alfalfa hay or any forage, the quality can vary greatly depending on the way you put it up and the atmospheric conditions and all kinds of other factors. It's much more difficult to have a consistent quality in forage than it is a grain crop or some other crops. So the difficulty depends so much on the weather and on the timing that it really is difficult to do it right.
The greatest thing for us has been the window of opportunity to put in the hay. That's been our biggest struggle all the years, is we can cut and rake anytime we want pretty much, but when it comes to baling we had to wait for the dew. This has narrowed that window down where we used to have to take us almost 10 days to get our hay in. Now we can do it in 4.5 days because we've narrowed the window down. We can bale almost any time of day. We choose to bale at night most of the time because it's a little bit better, but the window of opportunity there has narrowed it way down, and it's helped us a ton.
When we're baling, we can do about 8 hours extra per night that we wouldn't have been able to do without the dew machine. And with the baler, we've been able to go about 30 to 40 acres an hour. With the two dew machines that we have, we're getting about 60 to 80 acres an hour. Well, when you add in 8 hours, you're going nearly 500 extra acres per night. If you did that every day consistently, you can cover a lot of ground quickly with even just a single machine that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise without the dew. You can take what should have been 4 or 5 days worth of work and put it down into one.
With all of the watching, waiting, and other important details that must be considered when baling hay, Dave Staheli, president and owner of Staheli West, has discovered a better way.
The way that the process was really discovered was I remembered to have had an experience in a taco restaurant one time of seeing them moisturize these cold, kind of hard taco shells in a small steamer oven as they prepared the food. And as I got thinking about the problem that we were facing that year, that thought came to me that perhaps this same steaming process could be applied to alfalfa hay. And so as I thought more about it, I went out to the field and I got a box of hay, took it into my wife's kitchen, and fired up her pressure cooker and applied steam to that hay with that pressure cooker, and found a very interesting concept was revealed to me at that time, is that the steam would immediately react with the hay and would absorb instantly into it. And as I felt that hay that I had applied that steam to, I realized that that was hay that was really in a perfect condition for baling.
So the machine is filled with water, and then we heat that water with diesel fuel to bring it to a boil, and then we open the steam valves, inject the steam into the alfalfa right as it goes into the baler. Provides us with good control of the moisture into the crop.
With this machine, hay farmers normalize their lives by overcoming the limits of nature with the ability to create optimum baling moisture conditions through a wide variety of ambient conditions.
Probably the biggest difference I've noticed in our operation is baling has always been the bottleneck in the operation. You could cut faster and rake faster, but baling was always held to when you had to and when you didn't. What this has allowed us to do is it's put the pressure on everybody else to keep up with the baler. The baler has allowed us to bale when we want to. We can do it during the day or the night. Dew becomes something that's almost a hindrance at times. But we enjoy the freedom it gives us of putting up our hay. If we're a little tired, we sleep in an extra hour or 2 or 3 or 4.
The dew point allows farmers to work more effectively while giving Mother Nature more growing days by cutting down the amount of time it takes to cut, dry, and bale hay.
So you may have water setting at night on top of the windrow, but yet the other 2/3 of the windrow are still dry. That's not an ideal condition. Humidity evenly throughout is what you want. The dew machine allows us to create that scenario for us.
Studies done at the University of Wisconsin found that leaf loss on hay baled with a dew point machine is only about half that of hay baled at night during prime dew conditions.
At one point in the development process, we were actually associated with one of the major equipment manufacturers in the United States. They commissioned studies by the University of Wisconsin to study leaf loss, hay quality, and other issues surrounding this technology. Their findings were consistently that the leaf loss would be cut in half by using the dew point technology, compared with even a good natural dew condition. Those studies were done over and over again, and those findings were consistent. And so we have found that that is one of the great contributing factors also to the profit increases an operation can expect to receive through the use of this process.
Great farmers adapt as innovation comes along. The introduction of the dew point has provided a completely new way of baling hay that is more effective and efficient for the overall operation. While Staheli West is changing the game with their dew point technology, they stand firm in the belief that they couldn't have made these strides without inspiration from above and the people and innovations that came before them.
One of the things farmers often forget is that you have to spend money to make money. We help farmers balance that whole concept, balance their operations around the dew point technology, and we show them how by making investments now they will be able to get a much greater return in the future.
The dew point machine is not only changing operations, but is also changing the lives of those who use it by freeing up time to do the most important things in life. Spend time with their family and loved ones.
With this technology, we've been able to free up people's time, give them time to accomplish their harvests on a much more timely basis, and then still go to the baseball game or go to the dance recital, to attend church on Sunday, and do those things which really are the more important things of life. We here really try to foster the talents that each one of us as an employee or as management possesses, and allow each other to expand those things, to increase in our talents and in our productivity. We here at Staheli West are always on a very steep learning curve. Our business is growing very quickly, and with that we face daily challenges which require us to stretch and learn new things, and we continuously do that.
Staheli West is on a mission to raise individual, family, and community standards while revolutionizing the agriculture industry. For more information, visit www.staheliwest.com or call 435-586-8002.